Here on June 18th to 20th, I will be welcoming you to Prague, Czech Republic for the first World Cup of the season in the sport of canoe slalom. Currently right now we have a slight problem. The water levels are extreme highs. Right now we have 450 cubic meters going down the river when really these athletes race on 150 cubic meters. As you can imagine, this is a huge problem. Joining me today are two of the top athletes in canoe slalom. With me we have Czech Republic's own Hradilek, and we have from the Italian stallion from the country of Italy, Daniele and Molmenti. Welcome both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
So first I'm going to begin with Daniele. 2 weeks ago in Bratislava, water levels were very high. Flood conditions. As the reigning European champion, what was it like to be racing in a competition where you knew the water levels were high, conditions were adverse, and the challenges were obviously very fierce? How did you deal with it?
Well, what can I say? We can't control the weather, so the course was really too much water, and you can make a really good race there with that kind of level of water. So it was a good decision to cancel the race for the moment, and also good for me because I can be for another year European champion, you know. So
Absolutely,
not bad.
Absolutely. Vavra, turning to you, what was it like to race in Bratislava with the race being cancelled? Obviously, you had your sights set on being European champion this year, but perhaps maybe it's not going to happen this year. How is it like to have a race cancelled on you like that?
Yeah, for sure, it's not really nice when you're preparing for the race and at the end it's cancelled. So we were quite disappointed about that. But yeah, the water was quite huge there. It was 8,000 cubics, and man couldn't do anything about that. Like, it's a huge amount of water, so
absolutely,
yeah.
It's very, very challenging. Now, we've been told by Monday by the hydrologist and the meteorologist that the water level here is to recede back to normal race level. Do you trust these estimations? Do you trust these predictions? Do you think the water is going to be back? And if so, do you think it's going to be a good race for next weekend?
Well, before Bratislava, everyone from the organizers, they were like, yeah, the water will be okay, we will be racing on Sunday. So I don't want to predict anything, you know. I would like to just keep it down.
Yeah.
But I hope if there's not gonna be a lot of raining, it'll be okay, as the hydrologist said.
Daniele, seeing that Europeans got cancelled, do you fear that this race might get cancelled as well?
Well, you know, it's if it rains so much the last 2 weeks, will be no race this week. So I think I'm really optimistic for this, and the water level is going down every day a bit. And at the moment, it's like 80% like normal course, and it's already good for a good race. I mean, the course is good enough for a World Cup race. So yeah, for sure.
Perfect, perfect. Now, guys, let's look forward. 2013 World Championships here in Prague. Vavra, you're 23. Daniele, you're 26. Are you going to be racing?
Of course, I hope. First, I think I will be still paddling, even though I'm not really the one who is thinking further than maybe next upcoming season.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my home course, so I would be happy to race here in front of the home crowd. And as well, it will be a year after the Olympics, so I think it quite good. Like, the sport could be popular here, and yeah, I think it will be interesting. But first, we have to be selected for the race.
Absolutely.
Which is every year difficult.
Daniele, will you be racing, do you think?
Well, now my goal is at the Olympic Games the year before, so I'm starting to be old, you know, so I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure about that, but I think if the Olympic game will be good, I will start to do maybe C2, C1, and for sure I will continue to pedal, of course.
Fantastic. Now, returning to this season, we've already had one Continental World Cup in Australia called the Oceanias. At that race, I believe, Daniele, you were first, and Vavra, you were second. In the event the World Cup here goes, are we going to receive a reverse of this order, seeing that, Vavra, it is your home course?
Yeah, no doubt about that. I would like to be like in front of Daniele, and I think if I will be in front of Daniele, I will be at the top 3.
Daniele, what do you think?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's really hard to beat the bull here in his home course, so I don't know, but I'm pretty fit. The boat is really good, and it's like I really have good feeling when I'm paddling here. So it will be hard to beat me, but will be hard also. Yeah, it will be hard to beat me.
Let's talk about Peter Kauser. Peter Kauser, I believe he's the reigning world champion. Daniele, you've beat him a number of times this year on his home course. That must really generate some good confidence in you and going into this World Cup tour, three races back to back. How are you feeling right now about the whole overall World Cup title?
Well, I think he raced a bit too much after the Worlds last year, and this year when I beat him in his home course, it wasn't really how he can be, you know. So, well, for sure it's a good point for me. I beat him more this year than in the last 10 years in Hasting, so it's really good for me. But I think it's just going for the Worlds in September, so maybe it will still not be really good at the World Cup race, but it's Peter Kauser, so also when he's not really fit, it's good. Top time for sure.
All right, guys, well, thank you very much. It's going to be a very exciting race next weekend, and we invite you all to come out. For World Cup news here in Prague, I'm John Hastings.